Dear members, dear participants of this webinar of SketchUp to Lumion rendering, if you can hear me clearly now without any noise, the volume is just nice enough, crystal clear, please type a lot of A at our chat box. Now I want to see it. A at our chat box if you can hear me pretty clear. So we're definitely gonna be very interactive in this session, so please be active at the chat box. On responding to our sharing today, yes, we see response very quick from Nurul Alia, the first one today, and also Ziliang, followed by Ruby, well, our CREATO members, and a lot more, okay, from Hanifa, from Atira, all the way until R2. Currently, I see. Okay, so a few reminders to everyone. So firstly is if you have any friends that you know they have registered, they are in our WhatsApp group, but they haven't entered the Zoom, please help us to remind them. Yes, sharing is caring. Remind them if they have already registered. For those who haven't registered, they can go through the form, the Google form, and then they will be added into, they're able to join the WhatsApp group, and then they can enter this webinar as well. Okay, so this Zoom link that we have shared in the group is only for the registered individuals, okay, registered member like you. Okay, so those who haven't registered yet, please go to the Google form to register. Okay, second is, please rename yourself accordingly. Try to rename based on your full name, okay, so that we know you better. Okay, it's like kind of like a respect to the event. So, and then third is please mute your mic throughout the sessions. If you have any questions, maybe at the end you can switch on your mic to ask. Okay, but if you have any questions, where you can ask it? Is it at the chat box? At the chat box also can. But here's a good news for you. If you have questions like what the link we have shared in our WhatsApp group, there's a Slido link. What is that Slido? Okay, so this is the link. How you just go to our WhatsApp group. Maybe our admin Hanifa, you can try to help us to repost it in our webinar WhatsApp group. Hanifa, all right. Okay, the Slido link. Yes, there's a link we have already shared in our WhatsApp group for you to ask questions. Wow. Okay, so this is how it looks like when you click into the link. There are a Q&A segment and also a post segment. Please go to the post segment first. Everyone here, semua orang sekali saudara mara. Okay, please go to the poll here to tell us you are in which year of studies. Maybe you are year 1, you are year 3, you are graduates of bachelors, or you are graduates of masters. We know there are some of us here also master graduates. Welcome. Okay, and also a few of us maybe here is from doing your foundation. You haven't decided, or you want to explore more about architecture or like kind of like interior design or architecture, so you join the webinar. Welcome also. So please go to this post in the Slido link that our admin Hanifa has shared us. Hanifa admin, thank you, has just shared us in the, please share it to everyone. Adjust it. Currently I saw it is in waiting room, everyone in waiting room for Hanifa. Please resend it in the chat box, Zoom chat box, also in the WhatsApp group, easy, in the WhatsApp group also. Yes, thank you, our admins. So everyone can go to the chat box here to see the link, or go to our WhatsApp group to see this Slido link, fill in the poll, and also Q&A. If you have any questions, type your questions here. The interesting part at this Slido is you can set it as anonymous. If you are like really some mystery person, you can you can set as anonymous. We don't know who you are. Yes, just ask any SketchUp and Lumion related questions. Firstly, questions to everyone here, okay, you are from, let us know at the chat box, because this is like our architectural like networking as well, like a small family. So tell us at the chat box, you are from which school of which school, which university? Yes, tell us in the chat box. I saw UTM currently. Everyone you can populate. I want everyone to populate the chat box with a lot of your response. Shout out your school name at the Zoom chat box now. Yes, I saw Utah, UPM. You see, majority like is from which schools? Some of the school has about 20 students joining this webinar, almost like the half or whole studio. Some have like one or two or three. Yes. Yeah, I saw from UM as well. Wow, we have friends as we received in the registration. We saw friends I think about 10%, almost 10% from Indonesia. Okay, selamat datang. Okay, so let me do an opening to you all while you are filling up these polls or Q&A. Okay, I just let you know that in the Q&A, we will try to answer as much as possible as we can within the time frame today, okay, which is around maximum 2 hours. Okay, we will end at, so within the time frame, we will choose questions from here. Okay, also go to this poll. Okay, and then welcome every webinar participants to CREATO design seminar of today's topics, SketchUp to Lumion rendering. So firstly, we'd like to say hello and welcome to every school who participated here. Especially we would like to highlight, as you can see in the chat box, the top 3 schools or top 5 schools who participate in this design seminar. Today includes the top 5 schools, yeah, includes Taylor's Universities, and then University Malaya, and then UTM, okay, University Technology Malaysia, and also Utah. Okay, I have mentioned 4 schools. Yeah, these are the schools who have the most registration rate for this design webinar. Okay, and the highest one is which school? Okay, just now I've mentioned Taylor's, UTM, Utah, and last but not least, which has the highest registration of today's webinar goes to UPM, University Putra Malaysia. Okay, if I'm not mentioning wrong. Okay, so congrats to these schools, and thank you very much for the social media team or the architectural society or the friends or CREATO members who help to introduce, to invite, to share or to repost it at Instagram, at WhatsApp group. Thank you very much for helping us to share this educational event, which hopefully can benefit a lot of architectural friends and graduates and students. Okay, so the other school which has also a good amount of numbers of participants includes IUKL, the One Academy, and UINSA. This is international from, I think, from Indonesia, and UIM Malang, and many more schools, okay, which has a few members. We're looking forward next time you can help to like send it to your architecture groups, your WhatsApp groups, or your social Instagrams, okay, to invite more of the friends joining us. So, yes, thank you. So a brief introduction of myself. I'm Roxas Yong. You can call me Mr. Rox. Easy to remember. So currently we are doing providing course, okay, in CREATO Design Studio. So previously I served in an architecture firm for years in Veritas, okay, and was a design software course instructor since 4 years ago. Yes. So why we want to have this kind of software seminar? Okay. Previously, Okay, previously, anyone can remember what else seminar we have before? Okay, what else seminar we have before? Previously, we have seminars such as presentation board making, Photoshop versus Illustrator, which is like few months last month plus. Okay, and then also Revit versus Sketchup. All these design seminar. If any one of us here, you attended any of our seminar before, if you attended any of our seminar before, regardless I showed it in the screen or not, please type a lot of C at our chat box now. If you have attended some of the seminar before by CREATO, or you attended CREATO courses before, software courses, type C at our chat box. Yes, I saw from Diana, from KK, yes, Manqian. Come on, yes, be active. Yeah, as we can see from the participant list, some of your friends, their names start with CREATO. Yeah, these are some of our CREATO members who attended our courses before. It's like our members, we call it CREATO members. So these CREATO members, they attended, some of them attended our Photoshop course, some of them attended our SketchUp course, our Lumion course, our Revit course, and Illustrator course. Okay, so why we have this seminar? Why we have this seminar? Okay, there are many reasons. One of the reasons is because we're gonna have intakes for our 3D seminar next week onwards. Okay, next week onwards. As you can see in the... So this week is like kind of like an overview of... Okay, today's seminar is like an overview with like a summary of the entire 1 month courses. Wow, okay. The 1 month courses is like a 16-hour courses, which consists of 6 lessons. Yes, so today's seminar, you have the great opportunity, great chance where you're able to get the highlights of each lessons in these 2 hours. Within these 2 hours, you can learn all these lessons 1 to lesson 6, all the key points only, the highlights only. Okay, so definitely the pace gonna be slightly faster. We're not gonna share with you like everything step by step, the details, because it's a 1 month course things. So today is like we pick all the tips for you for each lessons. Okay, as you can see, lesson 1 about the essential tools you must know. Okay, the workflow. Lesson 3 about SketchUp extension, and then lesson 4 about curved ramps, roofs, and facade. These are all the elements that many students they wish to know. And then also lesson 5 about organic 3D form. And then lesson 6 about crazy topography. So the question you could ask, you could think about in Slido, could be questions like kind of like related to this one. Okay. Also in this today in these sessions, I will share with you some of the projects as well that we did in SketchUp. Oh yes, some of the project we did in SketchUp. Yes, so because as you can see, all these projects is going to be quite complicated. And you can see I have opened a lot of SketchUp projects at the same time because I want to go through them briefly with you. So definitely it's going to take some time. So of course, going to be patient during the learning. And there will be a mystery announcement, mystery reward to all at the very end of the sessions. Okay, so which we will announce it, okay, to those who stay until the end of the sessions until end of session today around 4 p.m. plus minus. So be patient and stay with us, learn to the maximum until the end. Also, you may go to our, before I forget, go to our Facebook, go to CREATO Design Asia to follow us. Okay, and our IG, creatodesign.asia. Facebook is CREATO Design Asia. Okay, for more of the upcoming education learning programs, courses, or seminars we have, follow it, like it, and the link is actually also at our WhatsApp description there, below there. So you can go to follow it if you haven't. Yes, it's in our group info. Here we go. And also our YouTube, newly developing YouTube channel. Okay, sometimes I will stop a little moment, it's normal, because I want to open the file, okay, find the slides. We'll go through some of the projects. Okay, so each lessons, there will be about 6 lessons. Okay, so for each lessons, I will spend about 5 to 10 minutes to share about it. Okay, so definitely there are lesson 1 about Pro 3D tips. Okay, about lesson 2 about workflow, about relinks. Okay, and then lesson 3 about the almighty, the powerful extensions in SketchUp. Okay, about lesson 4 about ramps, roofs, and facade. Lesson 5 about 3D forms, and lesson 6 about topography. Yeah, so I believe that these are kind of like topics is based on our previous students' feedbacks. This is like the most awaited or anticipated topics that most frequently asked questions from the students is always quite related to this one. Okay, and also I will share with you like the projects. So as you can see from, yes, about the project that we done for clients or for thesis, okay, we will share some important notes about things to know in SketchUp today. Okay, so firstly, we will go from like the seashore, like the beach, okay, from shallow to going to slightly deeper and deeper, then going deeper and deeper. So as you can see in the lesson 1 just now, we mentioned the things that you're gonna learn in lesson 1 is gonna be more help you to strengthen your basics, your fundamental. Okay, as really lesson 1 and 2 helps you to strengthen those. If you are like a beginners or you are new to SketchUp, lesson 1 and 2 gonna help you so much. If you are already like a user for a few months, for example, you have used it for a semesters, then lesson 1 and 2 gonna help you to improve your workflow and speed, because in lesson 1 and 2 we'll learn a lot of the important things but many people do know. And also a lot of like the shortcuts, the workflow. Okay, so this is about lesson 1, okay, lesson 2. So let's start from lesson 1. Okay, I will be a bit quick. Okay, from now onwards. Okay, from lesson 1. Okay, then we slowly go more advanced until organic, until all the curve ramp, curve roofs things. Will not go very details, but maybe I think the learning method is I will give you kind of like the key points, the keywords, so you can note it down, write it down, so you can go to find out more answer about it. If you still can understand, then you want to save time, then only you kind of like you approach the finance to talk about it, to discuss about it more. Okay, firstly, let's just have a brief, let us like have some knowledge about laptop, about computer. Some student ask, what kind of laptop should I have? Okay, what kind of specifications should we have that is like kind of like suitable for SketchUp? So at here, CREATO, we have made a table for you, like a preview for you. Okay, so these tables actually is a kind of like a brief summary. Again, not gonna go very detailed, and maybe the info is like not is updated but not super updated lah. Okay, it's like this info might be a few months ago. Okay, not this few weeks. Yeah. So basically, when you are buying your laptop, like for students who want to upgrade your device, your laptop, okay, here is a few consideration. I'll just give you some keywords. Yeah. Including GPU, which is your graphic card, and then your CPU, which is your processor. Okay, let's start from graphic card, which is GPU. GPU, what software need a very strong GPU? Okay, so here's the answer. Okay, there is architectural related one. Okay. Lumion. Okay, these are those rendering software. Okay, rendering software that is very GPU relying on GPU. Okay, so we put Lumion at here. Okay, to run Lumion, you need to have a GPU or graphic card of like how? Okay, like the minimum suggestion for you, okay, is GTX 950 in NVIDIA. Okay, NVIDIA. From the company NVIDIA. Okay, yes, but that's the minimum one. Last time during my year 2, that time I upgraded to 960 laptop with 960. That was quite many years ago lah. And then during my master time, my part 2, before I start my part 2, I upgraded to 2060, which is the one I'm currently using now lah. This device is 2060. So I will not go very details about how to define it, okay, because it takes times. Basically, it's the number behind, the two digit behind have to be 50 or better 60 and onwards. It can be 2060 or 3060 also can. Okay, but the 2 digit behind better to be 60. Okay, this is a quick introduction on it. Okay, and then for what software need to have a good processor, like those Intel or Ryzen. Okay, so basically is Revit, is your Photoshop, your Premiere Pro, your AutoCAD. All these need to have a good processor. So processor, basically there are two companies that supplies for Windows. Okay, one is Intel, one is Ryzen. So Ryzen, better you choose Ryzen 5 or 7 and onwards. 7 is more, you can use for more years, more suitable. Okay, 5 is like older. The greater the number, the better it is. So try to find Ryzen 7 if possible. For if you are using Intel, then use i7 for architectural students. Use i7. i5 is like year 1 maybe okay, year 2 a bit tough already, then getting tougher. So suggest for you i7, and the digit behind is about the generation. So try to get a 10, 9 or 11 generation. Now the latest one is 11 generation, digit behind. So actually this generation doesn't make very big difference than the digit in front. The digit in front affects more. Okay, so so take note of this, and especially highlights RAM. About RAM, RAM is when you need to open many tasks. So like when you open Photoshop, Sketchup or AutoCAD together, 3 software, then you need a high RAM. High RAM means not 4GB. 4GB is many default RAM of the laptops. High RAM means maybe from 8 to 16. So 8 to 16 is quite okay for architecture already. Unless you always like to open many software together, then you can go to more than 16. Okay, maybe 32. Okay, so for SketchUp, it is kind of like balanced. It is not too relying on GPU and not too relying on CPU. It's quite balanced. Okay, so one of the advantage in SketchUp is like it doesn't require very high-end laptop lah. Okay, doesn't require very high-end specs. So if you have time, we will share like how to improve your SketchUp speed, your work speed, your workflow. So this is about laptop. You have more questions, ask. You can ask at Slido or at the chat box there. If you have time, we can serve you. Okay, otherwise, we answered it in our full courses. Some of the questions will is quite a long answer, then we will answer in full course lah. Okay, so on the lesson 1, lesson 1 and 2 I will go quick, because it's more helping you to helping the beginners, the basics. So we start from very easy to understand things, okay, to create shapes and then to make groups, okay, to create shapes and then we can group things together. So inside the groups there is more things. Also, we know that these shapes from 2D we can make it into 3D. Okay, how to make it into 3D? Yeah, I'm opening up my shortcut indicator so then you can see what I type on my keyboard. Okay, so for example, this pink color one, I double click it into it. It is about lesson 1, so definitely gonna be more basics, gonna help you on that. So I hit P, as you can see on my left bottom corner here, I hit P on my keyboard, it's the shortcut. So now I can drag the shapes, the thickness. So very quick highlights. On lesson 1, you have to know that things, these kind of shapes, forms, when we edit it, we click into it, we not only can move the surface. Okay, when I select this move tools, okay, select tools, I not only can select the faces and hit M to move it. You can see I can hit M to move it. If I want to limit the direction, I can use the arrow key on my keyboard to limit the direction. Okay, left and right, everything. Not only we can move the surface, we also can move the lines. Okay, for example, I pick this line, so you can see it's selected in blue now. I can move the lines as well. I can move the lines as well. So definitely many dynamic shapes you can create from these basics. Okay, not only line. What else? What else? You can try the chat box. Let us know what else we can move besides of surface, besides of the lines, the edges. What else we can move? You can try to tell us at the chat box. Give you 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. The answer is the point. The point. Yes. Bingo for Tan. Okay. Brilliant. I like the response. Keep it up. So how to move points? So I go using, okay, I have go inside the group already. Then I hit M. M stands for move. M, move, and move. So don't select anything. Jangan, okay, don't select anything. Just hover your mouse, go near to the intersection point. And then you can see, I haven't clicked anything yet. So now I click, I can move it. So we can move points as well. So definitely many types of shapes we can create simply using this move tool already. Okay, so this is about everything about shapes and move. So we also can twist things. Okay, so how to twist things? This one, I think the steps are a very quick one maybe. So today is like we are eating very quick fast food, just burger and fries. So for example, I have these square shapes. We push it, again, push it, and then I select this face. I can hit Q to kind of like rotate it. Yes, so this is kind of like we are twisting the shapes, but I think the better way is want to find the cross line first, okay, and then I will twist it from here. Okay, I use Q. Q is the kind of like a protect the rotator. Okay, rotate. So I hover to here, so we can rotate. Let's say I can key in. Okay, you can see the angle here. Before we click second time, before we release it, I can key in like 45 degree. So you have twisted 45 degree. Aha. And so these shapes, we can also copy it. Like I press Ctrl once when I move it. So now you can see it is here. It's duplicated upward. Oh, okay. So to our friends Agnes, is it looks lag at your side? The screen currently. What I can do? Okay, so and then I can kind of like rotate this 45 degree. So and then these things we can duplicate it up, and then we can type times 5. Then you can see it becomes a kind of like a twisting towers or like an origami already. Okay, this is some fast food for your highlights. All right, also we learned a lot like the tools here on the first lessons, including how to scale things up, how to scale things to the model, like a 3D printing size. Okay, for example, okay, all these things, we make a bracket, I hit G, I hit S, then I scaled it. When we scale that time, we can say 0.2, so it becomes small, okay, something like this. Also, we will learn about, okay, in lesson 1 and 2, okay, we will learn about components. What is the components? So because lesson 2, you will learn about the railings. So railing is kind of like a lot of repetitive elements, things that keeps repeating. So what else elements keep repeating besides of railings? Okay, is facades. Yeah, facade is something that always keep repeating also, the fins. Okay, so to do these kind of railings, facade, we need to learn the component techniques in SketchUp, the component techniques. Okay, so at here again, we will do it, just briefly let you know. Okay, so this today is like you able to see after what you will learn like after 1 month or after a few years. And maybe if you learn by yourself, maybe a few years. So it's like a preview, like an overview. Okay, so for example, at here, we want to create the railing. So I make a square shapes or rectangle shapes first. Okay, so I hit R. Okay, R stands for rectangle. It brings me to these tools. So then I can start to type in the dimensions. Let's say I want it to be 50, 200. So it'll be something like this. Okay, so this is 2D currently, it's 2D. And then I will group it first, and then I click into it. So this is what we call an isolation mode. Okay, in isolation mode, things to take note. Okay, many of us do know this. So how to make this thing like disappear? Again, how to make these things, those things that beside all disappear. Again, I push this first. Let's say I want this railing to be 1 meter high. 1 meter high. Okay, so how to make those things beside? Suddenly, we can, if you want to see it, we can enable it. If you want to hide it, we can hide it. How to do this? Key points to everyone. Okay, this actually solved me a lot of problems previously. Okay, sometimes when we want to edit things like the surface below here, surface below here, if we didn't hide this surface, then very hard for us to go to the bottom. What we can do is like very tedious. We have to move the things, the objects like this. Only we can edit the bottom part. You have to move it. It's like very tedious. Yeah, very, in Chinese, very 麻烦, very troublesome. So with these methods, things hide out. isolated. The keyword is called isolations. How to do this? Okay, the answer is component edit, hide rest of the model. Aha, okay, this one. If I uncheck this, you can see all things can come back again. Okay, so if I on it again, component edit, hide rest of the model. Yes, but how come I can do it so quick just now? I didn't go there to click because we have shortcuts. I have set a shortcut for this, which is the full stop. Yeah, the full stop. Okay, if you find that, wow, this is something quite new to you, quite new to some of us here, then at the chat box, give us a lot of full stop. Full stop in the chat box if this is something new to you. Okay, I know some of us, maybe we haven't set these shortcuts yet, but in the training program, yes, we will set the useful shortcuts for you. Like we will let you import a shortcut folder, a shortcut file, then you no need to manually set them. Just set it once, then always can use. Yes, so this is the powerful part of lesson 1 and 2 also. So wow, we see a lot of ... Okay, thank you. All right, so yes, I like this response. So later also keep it up for this response. When you find that point is new to you, fresh to you, please give us some keywords, some response at the chat box. So now we want to make railing. I copied it. I use sometimes too fast, okay, because this seminar is definitely like very fast. You learn fast food. Okay, so I'm using move tool now, M, then I move it. Okay, currently it's moved. If I hit Control sekali, Control once, I press Control once, then it will be duplicated instead of move. So we want to move it to a distance of maybe like, for example, 100 or maybe Control Z, undo. Okay, I want 150, for example. Okay, so and then I can type times 20. Oops. Okay, how to make a lot of them easily. Okay, let me show again. Let's say 150 distance. Now I type in the keyboard times 20. Here we go. Okay, immediately we got 20 things. We got 20 balusters or bits of railings. Okay, however, this is not what I want to tell you. Okay, many of us know this already. Okay, I also know already. Okay, but what is the next thing? The next problem is when we edit one of them, let's say I want to create some openings. Okay, I use circle, I hit C. Okay, maybe this circle is like 100 radius. Okay, 100 radius, I hit 100 just now. So this I pick, I delete it. This I hit P to push it. Okay, so we make a cutoff at here, but the other will not follow. The other will not follow. So this means that I have to do it manually. So it's very ineffective. So what is the solution? What is the solution? Make component. Bingo. Okay, thank you Hurun, I like it. Okay, so now I'm gonna share with many of us who haven't used this make component technique. Okay, again, I tell you the problem of this using normal grouping and copy it is you change one of them, another will not follow. Okay, so if you want to make things that another will follow, so how to do it? Okay, a very quick one. Okay, so again, I create the first one, the first example, the first model. I say 50, 250. Okay, here we go, the first piece. Okay, I can group it. I can make it into 3D. Okay, so this is the first piece. So before we copy it, now we add one more steps. Which is right click, make component. Okay, make component. Then we just say create. I will not go deep to this today. Just say create. So next, we can do what we do previously. We just copied it, let's say a distance, and then times 20. So the difference now is when I edit one of them, let's say, okay, I edit one of them, I create a cutoff here, everything will follow. Everything will follow. When I move some of the edges, I hit M, I move one of them, every elements that copy just now will follow. When I kind of like yeah, let's make the shapes cooler. Okay, maybe we move this 85. Okay, when I edit them, okay, every will follow. Even when I apply the color, everyone will follow. Okay, so this is the advantage of make component. If you find it, wow, make component is great, I should use it in my projects, in my facade, in my railings, type MC at our chat box. MC. MC stands for make component. MC. You find that wow is useful to make a railing, staircase, facade. There's also this staircase or like these features. I also do it using the component. As you can see, when we move one of them, everyone will follow. Here we go. Yes, we saw MC from KK, from Hurun, from Ruby, from Delilah. Okay, so yes, there are many more things that we learn in lesson 1 and lesson 2, but now we will move to our lesson 3. Okay, lesson 3, woohoo, about SketchUp extensions. Okay, so SketchUp extensions. Anyone, you have any SketchUp extension to recommend at chat box for those who use SketchUp for like more than 1 semester, more than 1 year? Maybe you can share the chat box what extension you want to recommend us. Okay. So just now about before lesson 3, okay, lesson 2 also we share a little bit about preparation for laser cutting and 3D printings, okay, making of railings and furniture, export your 3D to your AutoCAD, to images, all these things. Create and update scenes, okay. So scenes is, what is scenes? Scene is how we kind of like create what views we want. For example, here is where we save our scene. Okay, like this is our killer angle, maybe render number 1, and render number 2, interior view, render number 3. This is what we call scene. So where we can export our images based on scene, our drawings also. Okay, we see a few suggestions at the chat box. Great to see that. Okay, maybe we'll go through some of them. Okay, so lesson 3 regarding extensions, you learn powerful plug-in installations. Okay, so how many installations I have? Basically, there are 50 of them. 50. Let me check for you. Extension. Yes, there are 50 of extension that I am using. 50 items. Okay, so definitely today we'll pick a few to share with you. Definitely these folders will be given to the students who registered for the full course. Okay, so however today we were able to learn a few of them which is useful. So we pick a few of them. So for example, which one should we start from? JHS power bar. JHS power bar, one of my favorite. Where is it? JHS power bar. Here we go, this one. JHS power bar. Yes, JHS, this one. Okay, some of these Okay, students ask where to get those plugins. Okay, where to get those plugins? Firstly, of course, by default, you have extension warehouse, as we know. Okay, so I will not repeat about this extension warehouse, which is where Sketchup provided you. Many of them is free here. Okay, but there are like thousands, a few thousands of Sketchup extension here. Which one to choose? And it takes time for you to explore, to compare them. So in the courses, we help our students to save time. And we have been through the process to compare them, to explore them. So we find the top, kind of like top 50 for you. So besides of this extension warehouse, where to get those plugins, here we go. We can go to Sketchucation.com. Sketchucation.com. So most of them is free as well. So you just register for free and then go to the plugin stores, go to type in the keyword. For example, don't know here got JSS or not. Let's try. Yes, here we go. Okay, so this JSS power bar is actually not available in extension warehouse here. So you have to go to this outsource. It's not available here. If I'm not mistaken, if they didn't update it. So it's only available, some of them is only available here. Some of them we get it from other else source. So it's like privately, exclusively for you. Yeah, so about JSS power bar basically is this one, this very long one. Okay, this very long one. So there are also another plugins which many of us know already. I will not go through it. Okay, is this one 1001B2. Okay, if you love 1001B2, you can type at the chat box also. Okay, you type 1001. Okay, so both of these is like the mega tools that they are like kind of like Avengers. Why? Because they are a collection of many plugins. Okay, for example, here we have mirror. So let's say if you want to mirror this part. Okay, maybe I use this as example. Okay, I want to mirror this part to the another side. Here we go. In this extension, JSS power bar. So there's a mirror things here. Okay, so we can hit this mirror and then we can draw the reflection plane. So here we go. Very easy. We can mirror things, flip it. And there are a lot more features in this JS power bar. For example, these things, I move it to the air. Love is in the air. Then I want it to be grounded. Then usually by doing it manually, we have to adjust, have to snap to, but here is a quick method where I only need to click this. One button for it to snap to the ground, snap to earth. What I have clicked just now. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Drop. So I pick the object, I say drop. So it was dropped to here. So there are a lot of advantages using this JS power bar. Also, we can move things using our mouse, our keyboard arrow key. As you can see, you can move it forward, to the left, to the right, like Revit. Okay, so what I'm using is this one, this Tools JS mover in JSS power bar. Also, for example, if you want to create boxes, grids, you want to create grids, maybe for this one. So by manually, we have to copy lines, we have to draw lines like manually. Like this is very slow. Okay, but using these plugins, we can say split up. Yeah. Here we go. Instantly, we have split up into 10 divisions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Actually, it's on that side, I think 10. Okay, so to make grids, maybe for topography, maybe to make to make those organic stuffs, organic roofs like this. Yeah, so in the lesson 3 about extension is so important, because it helps you to learn what things, what tools, what plugins you need for to make those organic shapes, bridges, towers in the lesson 5 and 6. Okay, so curvy loft mentioned by Agnes. Yes, we will learn it here in lesson 5. This is what we do using curvy loft. Getting more interesting, right? The form. JSS. What else? Okay, one more thing that I find that there are actually the reason I share, I prioritize JS Power Bar. There's a lot of reason. Okay, one more reason is you can do things something like works a bit smart like Revit here. Okay, which is you can, wow, what I did just now again. Okay, I pick these edges. I want to make an instant kind of like railings, instant one, maybe glass railings. How you will do it? Instant glass railing. Okay, some of us maybe will push, we will copy it, and then we try to push it. But I will tell you that is hard because this is slanted. It's not flat. Okay, it's not flat. Most of the students, they will find problem here that when they say offset, okay, they want to push this surface, but it still can't. It's hard. Okay, how to make railing in this case? Okay, tell you the fastest way in this seminar, okay, is you can use, let me try. Here we go. Instantly, instant coffee, instant noodles, instant food. And then we can change it, the material to glass. Wait, my material tray. Okay, just change it to glass. Semi-transparent, here we go. Done, so easy. Okay. If you find that, wow, what is this JSS power bar? Type JSS at our chat box now. Then I will explain more about what tools I did just now. Type JSS at the chat box. If you find that, wow, this is so time saving, save a lot of time. Yes, I saw a lot from you. Okay, so now I will explain what I did just now. I picked the edges. Firstly, the edges have to be connected lah. Have to be connected. You see, it cannot be segmented. Okay, so then I press this one. Extrude lines means it will turn lines into surface. Turn lines into surface, but without thickness, but have a surface. So how we did it is go to this extrude lines, and then you can tell SketchUp the height of it, of the railing. So for example, you want it to be 1000, means 1 meter, and then hit enter. Here we go. Immediately it have a height, but currently it don't have any thickness. No? It's suitable to make as a glass railing. Yeah, I can group it and then apply a glass. So easily, immediately you can make your project more complete. Okay, some of the students ask, what if I want to give some thickness? Okay, if some thickness, how? Push. Cannot push wall, cannot push surface that is curved or smoothed or. So how to make thickness for this? Anyone? How to make thickness for this railing? In this case, this angled railing. How to do it? Anyone can suggest at the chat box, can try. Let's make a wild guess. Push and pull plugin. What else? Good try. Follow up. follow me lah. Follow me or follow out. Yeah, it's fun. Follow me. Okay. From our friends TC, what about attendance? What do you mean? Okay. Okay, some of us has tried it correctly. Is join push pull. Yes, Agnes, the full name is join push pull. And the very full name is Freedo 6 join push pull. Yeah, let's do it. So I selected this surface. Yeah, I double click it. Just this one. Okay, maybe this one. Okay. So now I go to, currently you can see if I hit the full stop, it will be isolated, only this one. Okay, just let you to view it out. Only this is selected. Okay, because it is group. Okay, so next, Freedo 6 join push pull. The second mostly used plugins recommended for you. Instead of JSS, instead of the 1001, okay, Freedo 6 join push pull. And I will use which one? The J one, start with J, the blue one. Alright, so I hit this and then I tell SketchUp what kind of thickness I want. Okay, I can tell maybe the thickness is 150. Here we go. A concrete railing is done in seconds. Wow, save time, right? If you find that, wow, this saves us a lot of time to push those surfaces that usually we can't push. At the chat box, now type JPP. JPP. JPP stands for joint push pull. I want to keep you to remember the tools. So when you type, you not only listen, you also express it out, then you learn 100%. Actually, not 100%. In the course, we tell the students, if you doesn't practice it, you maybe just learn 60%. You have to practice it, try it at home, try it using your laptop, then you learn more than 100%. So that's why in the course, the lessons, SketchUp lessons, every course, we give students mini little tasks to try on. Yeah, you can try on the tasks that we give. No mark will be given. It's for you, for your learning application, just for you to hands-on, to enjoy, to try it, so you can learn the 120% more than what I've shared. If you've tried it, try our mini tasks. Okay, so wow. Okay, what else? I think next we'll share about curvy loft. Okay, as mentioned by one of our friends, you have inspired me in curvy loft. So curvy loft brings us to the kind of like the next lesson, which is lesson 4, lesson 5. On yeah. Okay, this file is actually those files that we use to teach in conduct the lessons during the full course. So you can see we got like kind of like step by steps to make things happen. Okay, step by steps. We explain kind of like each of them, how we make it, how to do it like we did. So you can see there are much more types of railings. This is what we call component railing. Where when we change one of them, you apply the skills you learned in the previous lesson, lesson number 2. And when you change one of them, everyone will follow. Like this, your things can be very, very cool and very, very quick. Yes, before I share about curvy loft, let me share one more basic things before we go to curvy loft. Is how to draw curve. Right? If you don't know how to draw curve nicely, properly, then how you can't use curvy loft properly. Okay, so next extension, how to draw curve. Anyone have any suggestions about curves? Let's draw curves first. Okay, for curve, I will use which one? The answer is Bezier curve, or the toolbar name is BZ or BZ toolbar. BZ toolbar. This is like a professional tool to draw curves in SketchUp. The original one is too basics, like people say it sucks, okay, those original one, very limited lah, okay. Okay, but here one is more professional one. Okay, let's do it. So firstly, for example, okay, usually when I draw curve, I will firstly draw a plane first. This is like the surface for me to base on lah. Otherwise, I might like can't snap to anything. It will be very easily off position. Okay, so I draw a surface first, then I group it. So this is the surface I mean. And next, I start to use this, the first one in BZ toolbar, also an extension. Okay, so actually I got the shortcut key already, which is U. Again, I hit U. So this shortcut key was provided to the students in the lesson number 1. So you will like get used to, get familiar to all those shortcuts. You can save your midnights. You don't need to burn so much of your midnight oils, because you can work. Your workflow is going to be faster with the shortcuts given to you. Okay, so busy toolbar, let us start to draw the curves. Let's say you want to draw some shapes like this lah, some shape like this, kind of like S shape. So from the click for the starting point, and then release, okay, and then click the ending point, okay, maybe at here. So now you decide how you want the curvature to be. So for example, if you want it to only curve once, like this, then you double click it so it ends. So the curve is done, and you can see the brilliant part of this busy toolbar is you still can adjust your curves after that. So convenient, right? Okay, so convenient, so smart. Okay, so if you want to draw like S shape, okay, like what we said just now, again, I start with these tools. For this busy toolbar, basically I only use the first one most of the time. Okay, so I will hide it usually. I will close it because I don't want it to occupy space. So because I already set the shortcut key to U, I already can get the tools. Alright, so if you want to find it back, I can right click, I can say busy toolbar. Okay, right click at the empty spot here lah. Okay, then I can say busy toolbar to on it again. And I can say close. So I say U for this phase 2, then I starting point, ending point, and then an S shapes. So I press here once, not double click. Just now we double click to end it. So now the second curvature, we want to end it, then only we double click it. So here we go. We have two curvature, two direction of curvature. And if you want to edit it again, the curvature, here we go. We say right click, we select the line, and then we say right click, edit classic Bezier curve. So these control points appeared again. Yes. So it's like, wow, very smart already. Okay, very smart. People who can use this tool will be smarter. Okay, people who didn't use this tool, they have Sketchup, but they didn't use this, they don't know this, then it's a waste. Okay, so this, we have a curve already. Next, just quick one, we want to do this kind of railings, these kinds of railings. Okay, then one of the quick way I will use is I will use F for offset. Okay, for offset. All right, so offset, then maybe we say 1000. Wider a bit, 1005. Okay. Then we end these shapes, close these shapes, because we want to give it the thickness later. Okay, so basically this plane is, I just draw it for me to kind of like snap to it, have a base like that. So it doesn't, now we can remove it already. We can delete it, this plane. So I say delete. Okay, so now we have this. We have curve on both sides. As you can see, these lines is just one single line. It's not segmented, it's one single line. When we go to the default tray entity info, you can see it says it's a curve. It's a curve. It's not series of line. If it is something like, sometimes some students, their curve is not curve. Theirs is just series of lines only. You can see it only select segments, 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 segments. This is not curve. This is just many, many lines. Okay, this is just 6 edges. We don't want this. So you make sure it is curved. Actually, what things, when you use Bezier curve, the lines you draw is a curve already. You don't need to change it. If you want to change it after that, can or not? Yes, the answer is yes. You can select them, all of the segments, all of the edges, and then you go to the previous JS power bar we use. You say weld. Weld. You say weld them together, like join them together. This one, beside the mirror, super weld, like welding lah, welding two iron rod together. So when I click this, so now you can see this all becomes a curve or like a connected already. It's a curve already when I go to default tray entity info. Okay, so this is some precautions for you. Okay, I'm back to here. Okay, put it back. It's like too messy now. Put it back. Okay, so next, I group it. Sorry, I group it. And then I move it away. Okay, so to do it instantly, I will pick these edges to make it into a ramp, something like this. And then we can push it with a thickness. Let's say 2000. Oops, 2000. Enter. So then I move this part lower. Here we go. Instantly we have completed another ramp. Yes, which is solid at the bottom one. Okay, so these edges, what you can do is you can just hide them. If you erase them, many students will say, is it erase them? No, not erasing them. Okay, erase them, you will break the shapes. You can just hide them. How to hide them? Normal way is right click hide lah. But I will use eraser. I hold shift to erase it. It means hide. Shift plus eraser to hide those unnecessary edges. Again, I go to eraser, I hit E, I hold shift, then I kind of like erase them. Actually, it's hide them. So it still works. Still works pretty fine. So these second tools that we learned before we go to the more complicated organic form, we draw curves using what tool? Tell us at the chat box, using what tool? What is the tool alphabet just now? Busy, yes. Everyone can type busy at the chat box if you feel busy. If you feel that busy tool is very useful to draw curves, quite professional to draw curves. Okay, I saw that from you. I love it so much. So here we come to, wow, a sort of busy, okay, from Human Ziliang. Some of the names I can recognize you. Letitia, Hanifa. Okay, all right. So next we move to even more deeper, more advanced. Okay, so for those beginners, this is like, wow, too far away from you. I know it, I understand it. Okay, but this is the case. Today we have students from year 1, we have students from year 3 as well. Okay, so at the beginning, just now it's slightly more easy to understand, more shallow at the beach side. Now you're gonna go deeper to the ocean. Go deeper to the ocean. And later, when you look at those projects, even deeper, big ocean. Okay. So while just now you learn JSS, you learn push pulls, joint push pulls, you learn BZAG. Now we learn curvy loft. So I think everything will be taught in the lessons, like how we twist those things from here to here, from here to here, how we twist that. Okay, with some descriptions. We'll share the notes with the Sketchup course students. Okay, how to turn this into spheres or into like a continuous shapes. Even these grids also we can twist it to like something like this. Okay, we bend it. We use plugins, TrueBand, Shape Bender, and more. Copy along curve. Yes, I tell you so many keywords today. You can go to find out more, to learn more. Okay, or if you want to save time, then you can find us. All right, so curvy loft. Well, there's so many more. Okay, raw spheres to make grids like this, kind of like parametric. Many people mentions. Okay, so next thing is like this, more like Zaha Hadid already. More like the architect Zaha Hadid already with this kind of form. So how to make this? How to make this kind of shape? Firstly, what I did was I draw a few sections of it. Just 2D sections. So you can see this is the few oval shape or circle that I have drawn for this form. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, I just draw the shape first. Okay, so let's practice. Maybe we draw circle. I start from simple circle. Then we copied it. We group it. Let's no need group it. Okay. Select it. Copy it to the air, to the sky. Maybe 4,000. And copy it again. Maybe another 8,000. Okay, so now we can scale this using the techniques we learned in lesson 1. Scale this, and then I want to scale it towards the center. I hold Control and Alternate at the same time when I'm scaling it using S scale. Okay, scale. So and then this one, you can adjust the size. Again, I hit S, and I scale it towards the center of origin. Yeah. Okay, so now we have 3 sections of the shapes. You can create more. So with these 3, I will go to the next plugins we're gonna learn for making organic shapes, which is called Curvy Loft. Okay, 3, 2, 1. First one. Here we go. It kind of automatically generates a mesh geometry for you. Wow. Okay, so at here actually there are some settings that you can modify. I will not go deep in this seminar, but in the course, yes. So you get this form. Okay, but how to change it to something like this? How to change it to even more like the frame structure of it? I don't want the EC. I don't want the block of it. I want the frame, like the structure of it. How to do it? Okay, so how to do it? Okay, I think this might be the last thing I want to share today, and then I will go to look at the questions you guys put in Slido. You can choose a few of them to answer. Okay. So, and then we'll continue tomorrow on Lumion. All right. So, how to make it to become grids, frames, structure like this? How to do that? Okay, so this was the questions that I asked myself many years ago when I'm doing my studio project that time. Okay, so the answer is, here we go. This is the fastest methods suggested for you. The time saving methods. Right click, here we go. Right click, and then I will say soften smooth edges. Okay, hold on, loading. Okay, actually you can go to your tray, open this soften edges tab. Soften edges. I close the others. Soften edges, this one. Ini dia, soften edges. So go to reduce, uncheck the smooth normals. Means you don't smooth it. This one is like smoothed already. And so I uncheck it. I don't want to smoothen it. Then we start to reduce the softening things, the softening effects. So if we soften it, it's like this, soften. If we kind of like harden it, okay, then it's like this. We move it to the degree to the minimum. So now we get the edges. We get the edges. Okay, we get the edges. But still, how to proceed to these next steps? Aha, how anyone can suggest any plugins, especially friends who use it for some times already. You can suggest how to make it only have the lines or have the structures. And this is like combo. We combine a lot of skills together. Any tools? And let you have 30 seconds to think. What tools to make it like this? To make it like this. Something like this. Got structures, got pattern, got thickness. Okay, nobody dare to try. Just try, okay? Just think. When you try, you start to analyze, then you learn more. Okay, but you can understand because this is more challenging, deeper in the ocean. Okay, so now let's go to the ocean and learn. Okay, so firstly, I select all of them. I select all of them. Then you can see now I can right click. I can say select only and say edges. Okay. Then now only the edges was selected, not the face. Only the edges was selected, not the face. I repeated. Then I copied those edges out. Yeah, let's say I want to make it 10,000 away. Here we go. Here we have only the grids, only the lines. So now it's gonna be fun. So it depends on how you want to draw the grid. Okay, you can anytime you can adjust. I mean, actually at here you can adjust the grid as you wish. You want to change the pattern, you can change it here. Okay, to diagonal, to square shapes, to triangular shapes, you can change it. Yeah, of course there are other methods also. Okay, so now we have this grid. Then, okay, I repeat again how I get those things, get the lines. All right, so I right click, I select all of them, triple click, I right click, I say select only, I say edges. Means I only select the edges, not the other things, not the faces, not the groups, or only the edges. Okay, so this is actually a plugins. A plugins that we use. So then I copy it to here. Here we go. Only the edges. So next, I will select all of these things, how to turn them into something like there's a thickness, there is structures. How we do that? Okay, we will go using anyone can convert arc to tubes. Convert arc to tubes. Bingo. So you can see that these things is definitely gonna be useful. What I used was lines to tube. Lines to tube. Okay, so this is all is line. We convert it to tube. Okay, so I will say this. It's gonna take a little bit time to load. Okay, follow me on curves. Yes, each tube is a group. You can say yes if you want. Create group. Yes, you can tell the thickness of the tubes or the structures are the thickness lah. So at here 10, okay, maybe it's a bit more. Maybe thinner, 50, 5 cm lah. Precision, and then I say okay. So it's loading now. At the bottom, you can see generating tubes. Okay, bingo. So we got the structures already. You got your facade already. You got your roofs. You got your feature structures already. So lastly, okay, not end yet. We want to add glass to it. You want to add glass to it like this, like your parametric kind of roof. Okay, actually many people misunderstand parametric, this word. What is the meaning of parametric? Anyone can tell in the chat box. What is the meaning of parametric? Okay, so let me tell you the answer. Many people thought that, oh, this kind of shapes is parametric. No, actually this is organic. This is what we call organic shapes, are more organic, more free flow, freestyle and the shapes. Okay, parametric actually means when you key in the value, the things you follow. Like you want the rectangle to be 50 times 50, then you key in 50, 50, then it comes up, the things will be 50 times 50. Then this is actually the basics of parametrics. So a very, very advanced parametric is like you tell the curve line how much curve you want it to be, you type in the info, and then if you update, it will follow. Those things is parametric. Okay, so actually in SketchUp, we can make organic shapes, something like this, no problem. Okay, so but many of us don't have the skills, don't have the techniques, and then they feel, oh, SketchUp hard to mix curves. Actually, you can see at here what kind of shapes also we want to twist. We want to make it swollen, sunken, curves, everything. Okay, last steps I want to mention just now. To make the glass, how we can do it quick. Again, it's a quick way. So now I'm gonna pick this, and then I can say move. Very easy. I can just move it to here. I still remember the distance that I have typed, 1500. Then we change it, the materials to glass. Here we go. And then we can switch on the shadow. Yes. Okay, I switch on the perspective, switch on the shadow, and then I can switch on the edges as well. Here we go. Okay, this is how it kind of looks like. Okay, if you found that, wow, this thing is cool, it's new, then add a chat box, give us a lot of C. Okay, give us a row of C at the chat box. If you find that, wow, this kind of skills, this kind of shapes, this kind of, wow, interesting, I want to learn more. I wish to learn more the steps by steps things, every plugins that we used just now. And in this project files, type C at the chat box. Yes, we saw you. Okay, C stands for Curvy Loft and stands for CREATO as well. CREATO course. Okay, stands for CREATO course. So yeah, what I did just now was just I switched off the edges and the shadow. Okay, come back to here. Okay, so very quick, very fast, you can model things. Okay, one of our friends, I saw your questions from Hanifa, you asked can adjust or not. Actually, unfortunately, you cannot post adjust it. What you can do is you leave a copy like this. Okay. For example, I have this 4. I have this 4 here. Usually, okay, we click just now the curvy loft things, the one that you type C, you get these shapes, right? Okay, but once you click enter, you cannot adjust already. Okay, what you can do easily, what I will do is I will delete it, then I adjust here. I adjust these sections. So okay, bit funny the shapes maybe. Here we go. Then we on it again. I say curvy loft. This one. Here we go. This is how you can adjust it. All right. If I have answered your question, you can respond at the chat box so that I can know. Okay, you can say yes, thank you, something like that. Okay, how to set the glass thickness? How to set the glass thickness? Yeah, this will be the last questions you answer in Zoom. Later I'll go to Slido there. Okay, how to set the glass thickness? Actually, at here, it doesn't have any thickness currently. The good thing is it is a light, your file is light, and you can do it fast, you can edit things fast because it doesn't have thickness. So when actually thickness is not necessary in many cases, like for example, the railing, you just want to give the visual only. For renders, it looks nice. So especially for architecture, you look from far, no point to make the thickness always. unless you really go zoom in, then okay. For glass, actually, the thickness is not so crucial, unless for concrete lah. Okay, for glass, it's not so crucial. But if really want to adjust it, also can. Okay, just my advice. If not necessary to make thickness. Okay, if really want, then you can use also the tool we recommend for you just now. Joint push pull. Here we go. Thickness of the glass. To our friends Hidayah Tullah Ahmad. Okay, you can tell, let's say I want very, very thick glass, 100, impossible lah, okay, 10 cm thick glass. Here we go, all the thickness. Okay, so we learn it stage by stage. Okay, definitely not gonna be very, very detailed in every aspects in this case, okay, but in the course we have more times to cover every details, every step by step. As you can see, all the exploration is here. Okay, the exploration, the curvature, we explore different shapes, and we have mini tasks for you to explore, to play with it as well. Okay, also we have lessons about the how to make these things like swollen up. It's a plugin called Soap Bubble. Things swollen up. Okay, we'll share more in the full course, which starts next week. Okay, so now I will go to Slido there to look at your questions, to pick a few of them. Before I move to Slido, here is the info of the classes that we're going to have next week. Some students might ask, okay, what are we going to have? So it's a 3D SketchUp modeling course which starts on next week. Then we will schedule the time on next week. Basically, it's on Saturday, similar time like this, Saturday 3 p.m. mainly. So when a lot of us is like watching drama, playing games on weekends, okay, wow, but you are learning these software skills, these tools that they're going to apply in your career, in your studies, then you win at the starting point. So the course is 1 month plus minus, okay, which you can complete in around, now is the beginning of October, so you're going to complete around the beginning of November. So basically it's 6 lessons, as you mentioned, 6 lessons. So the topics I've mentioned just now, the 6 main topics, and this kind of 1 month course, they provided by CREATO, usually how much is it? How much is the cost? Okay, let's look at here. So this is our form to sign up for the courses, okay, and also some of the information is available here. So you will get at least around 16 hours easy to follow lessons where conducted by RIBA, and RIBA is Royal Institute of British Architects, which is like the lamb of British part to graduate, okay, which is me, okay, and then you're also able to replay the recordings unlimited times if you want to do revision. So definitely you will not miss any lessons because revision, the recordings is provided. We will add you into access of our web, like our web page in Teachable, where you can access the videos, the learning videos, the recordings as well, okay, besides of Zoom lessons, Zoom sessions, okay. So you get chance to ask your questions, live consultations in Zoom. You can ask question immediately, so you can show us your projects, your problems, ask for advice, for suggestion to improve. Maybe not only the software, but also your design, probably. Sometimes you might find so helpless in the design, I know. That's my past experience during the student times. So now we are actually giving the best back to the students. We want to improve the entire, like, the learning experience. We want to improve, okay? We know that many of this is tough for us to learn alone, especially in this pandemic season when you don't have studio life. You learn it at home. Most of the time you face the computer only, and lack of like peers or team that can support you, that can know your progress, that can help you to grow your skills. You need their interactions. That's why CREATO Design Studio, we want to create that learning spirit for you, the atmosphere for you. Okay, so there is also the guidance on software installation. So no worry if you don't have the software yet, we guide you to get the version, the C version. Okay, and then also, yes, we'll be added into a training group. You are not alone. We'll be added in our Telegram training group. We'll communicate there, the progress, about the lessons, updates, the lesson time. Okay, so basically lesson time for this Sketchup is 3 p.m. Saturday, basically Malaysia time. Okay, so we welcome our friends from Indonesia. Recently we have friends from South Korea who want to register as well. Also from Arab, I think from UAE, United Arab Emirates, if I'm not mistaken, not mentioning wrong. Okay, our friends, I was quite surprised. Welcome. I think it's a few of friends joining our SketchUp lessons from UN. They are from Arab. If you are here, you can say hi at the chat box. If you are from Indonesia, from UAE, from any overseas country, say hi at the chat box and here. Okay, and then this time is a combination of Zoom classes and official recordings. There is a combination. Okay, so and will be conducted in English like now. So these are the options of the course you can learn. This is our 3D series of lessons. We have modeling course of SketchUp, we have Revit, we have Lumion. SketchUp start from next week. Revit also next week or the week after, also in October. Okay, Lumion is in November. So you can plan your schedule now. Okay, you want to start immediately soon, then SketchUp is the best one. Okay, then after SketchUp, you only decide or you want to proceed to Lumion or not. Okay, so the link of this form, you all can go to access it from our IG there. Okay, this one I've updated it just now. tinyurl.com CREATO courses. Okay, maybe our admin Hanifa can help us to share this at our WhatsApp group also. WhatsApp group. Any questions you guys about the registration, about the course, you guys can text us, WhatsApp us immediately. Okay, you can WhatsApp me. I'm the admin of the group also. So Roxas, okay, you can text me in WhatsApp. Yeah. So I saw a few friends asking how much is the fees. So what do you think? Usually this kind of 1 month professional software course, yes, forgot to mention there is also certification for you. Okay, there's a CREATO cert of completion for you once you have completed the course upon requirement met. There are some basic requirements basically about your participations. That's all. Okay, so there's a certification from CREATO only. Okay, from CREATO, not from SketchUp or Adobe. Okay, this is from CREATO to tell that you have owned the skills. You have owned these skills. You have attended this workshop. You have owned these skills, so that to help you to perform better in where? In your interviews for jobs, for internship, for assistant architect, for interior designers, and also your next part 2 studies. Okay, this kind of like proof that you have attended the courses and then you have certain skills on this. Yes, you have certain skills on this. All right, so how much does this kind of cost usually? Okay, it's a 1 month program. It's not a 1 day or 2 days program. Okay, 1 day or 2 days program, usually few hundreds is normal. Okay, but 1 month program is like a course in your school, something like that. That we compress it into 1 month, where you learn it quite the basics and also the advanced. Usually, and out there, the cost is 1.5K plus minus 1.5 to 2K, 2,000 ringgit Malaysia. Okay, so however, good news for you. Okay, good news for you. which is in CREATO. We provided more than 300 training hours, helping more than 120 university students from Utah, UPM. We give you a very friendly student price. If you are students, okay, if you are non-students, it's just, you are graduates, it's just, we are having early bird promo now, it's just 600 only. Well, not 6000, okay, 600 only, 600. Okay, 600 only. So, but if you are students, your student card is still valid. Congrats to you. Is you can save 120 ringgit. It's just 480. 480. Okay, so 480, you can learn this 1 month course, okay, which is in other place, maybe it takes you a semester to learn. So we compress this, the best things, the most interesting, useful things in 1 month for you. You don't have to spend 1,000, just 480. You save 120 ringgit more. And for new members, okay, those members who don't have a CREATO words at their name there, your new member, there's an admission fee of 30 ringgit for one time only. 30 ringgit for now. We are having early bird promo from today until Monday, latest by Monday for early bird promo. After that, it goes back to 60 ringgit for the first time admission fee. Okay, so in total, 480 plus 30 is 510 only. About 500, you can learn these skills in October. Then in November, you can proceed to other skills. Then you can apply it in more of your studio projects, your competition projects, and your career, your company's projects. Okay, so how's our students, the work they did? Okay, we are very proud to share that recently we have, you can see, recently we just saw in Facebook one of our students, yes, okay, this I think is very grateful and proud to share. One of the CREATO seniors previously learn with CREATO during year 2, Chen He. Oh, congrats to him. He just won an international design competition, second prize by Roxas, a one-day design challenge. That means they give you the brief that day, then you have to submit the designs in the evening or night time. So congrats to our friends, our previous senior in CREATO. Okay, so attached here is the photo. Last time before MCO we are learning offline, okay, but now we all switched to online already. So you have to take this opportunity. You are more flexible and learn it from home. You need to bring your laptop here and there. No need to drive. Just stay focused. Learn it from home in 1 month. Okay, these are our friends is here. So more reviews, more feedback from the students. You can go to our Facebook, type at the reviews here. Yeah, see about our CUBE friends, our CUBE students. What they feel about the courses after they join the courses, the 1 month course. Okay, so you may go to the link. Tell that if you are graduated, then it's 600. If your student card is still valid, then you enjoy the student promo. I say next. Okay, just fill in your full names, your schools, your courses, for us to know your academic background, because we are seriously want to assist you. So we have to know some of the basic informations. Then you say complete registrations. You want to proceed to register. If not, you say pending. Then you WhatsApp me why. Okay, if you want to proceed, you confirm immediately. Then you can go to pick your courses. You go to pick your number of courses. Okay, combo is you can learn 2 courses with a better rate. Combo 2 courses, you can pick between Sketchup with Revit or Sketchup with Lumion or any combinations. Okay, or if you just want to learn Sketchup first, then you go to option A. Then you can choose it here. Or if Revit also, or if Lumion also here. Okay, so good news is how to get a cheaper price. easy. You can just go to invite your friend. If they are joining together, they are registering together with you, submitting the names together, or after that also can. Then you and your friends who register will enjoy the group promo. In a group of 2 to 4, you save a few hundred ringgits more. Okay, you save more. So then you can complete with an admission fee. Then you can click submit, and then you can share to me the receipt as well, okay, in WhatsApp, so that we'll take note and add you into a training group soon. Okay, so here is the info. We will discuss more on that. We'll share the link later. Okay, I will now go to our Slido. We'll try to pick a few questions. There. Slido. Oh, okay, cool. Let me share the brochure to the group first. Our WhatsApp group. Okay, students who stay until the end, as I mentioned, there will be a extra surprise announcement for you, gift reward for you, kind of, that you can grab it. Hold on, Okay, students who want to leave like earlier at 4, as I mentioned just now, yes, we can see you tomorrow. Okay, those students who want to leave, who want to listen more about the solution for some of these questions, you can stay. Okay, so others we can see tomorrow. I'm sharing the link, and later I will announce the special gifts that you can grab at the end of the sessions today, these learning sessions today. Okay, so just information for all. The groups will still be functioning. Aki Webinars WhatsApp group will still be functioning. Keep on functioning. Okay, we will still update like maybe 1 or 2 months later. Regularly we'll have webinars. Sometimes it's on Sketchup, sometimes it's on Revit, sometimes it's on Photoshop, okay, and many more software. So stay tuned in the groups for the upcoming webinar. The groups only the admin can voice things up, so there will be no spam. Anything questions, you can text us, text the admin, text me. Okay, so I have just shared the poster for the Sketchup course for you to know more about it. Okay, you can proceed to go to the link for the registrations. Okay, I think I will announce the mystery gift now before we solve the questions in Slido. Okay, are you ready? Okay, we appreciate your participation until the end of this today's seminar. Okay, although tomorrow there will be another sessions on Lumion. Today, if you are like many of us who type a lot of C at the chat boxes now, if you enjoy the things you learned today, were very pekat, very powerful. Okay, if you enjoy, you want to learn more, here's a gift for you. The first, listen, you can take action immediately once you heard my info, my order. Okay, the first three students who text me in WhatsApp typing SKP plus 1. Okay, typing SKP plus 1 will get a free extra 1-hour consultations on Sketchup 1-to-1, personal 1-to-1 if you register the course. Again, I repeat, the first 3 students who type SKP plus 1 for registered students, okay, if you register the course, you will get extra 1 hour 1-to-1 personal consultation. I cannot cope so many students, so that's why I limit it to 3. So be the first 3 students who WhatsApp me, Mr. Roxas Yong, the admin in the group, type SKP plus 1 so that we can proceed the registrations. You can go to the link just now I shared tinyurl.creator.courses. Go to this form to complete your registrations if you haven't yet. Okay, so if you haven't yet complete registration, and then you will be entitled for the one-to-one consultations on your software issues. And this is especially for the first 3 members. Okay, I see a lot from you. And now I saw, okay, there are 4 here. There are 4 here currently. I will announce your name. Currently, you are entitled for it. Okay, currently, these 3 are entitled for it. I will announce your name. If you didn't make it to register, then we will open the chance to the other 3 or 4. Okay, so the first students who got it is Xiang. Okay, the number is 9120 behind, so you know it. The second is 8866 number behind, named Chunyi. Okay, and then the third one is Leticia Henry. Okay, congratulations to these 3 members. So these 3 members, like what I say, complete your registration process. If not, we'll open to the following one, which I saw their name at here already. Okay, we'll open to the following one if you are slow. Okay, all right. Thank you very much for the response. Now let's back to Slido to answer questions. Yes, those students, if you still want to try, you can still text us the code SKP+1. Very easy. If you want to know about other courses, also you can text me. For Revit is RVT+1. For Lumion is this visualization Vis+1 for Lumion course. Okay, besides of Sketchup. Alright, Photoshop intake already passed, so have to wait very long time, only can reach Photoshop. So now is the 3D season. Alright, you may proceed on that. So next, about the courses, about the Slido things. Okay, I think we answer from the bottom, if I'm not mistaken. Oh no, reason. Oh, there are some who got people like it. Yeah, I go to the reason, then go to the most bottom one. Okay, to the most bottom one. So here is extra sessions to answer questions. Students want to leave, you can leave. Want to learn more, stay with us until we solve most of the questions. I think we will we'll end in around 15 minutes. Okay, 15 minutes. All right, we have firstly, okay, look from here. How is the reverse surface function? Actually, I want to ask these friends, why you want to reverse it? Okay, the reason is like this. What this anonymous friends is asking is, actually, if you don't mind, you can elaborate at the Zoom chat to tell us why you're asking about this. Okay, because last time, sometimes when we have a negative surface, for example, okay, this one is negative surface, a very gray one. Okay, thank you. Actually, I saw a lot of thank you from you all. I enjoyed it. Thank you very much. See you tomorrow on the upcoming courses or seminar. Okay, stay tuned in the groups. We will continue here. This is what we call negative faces. If you right click it, you can reverse face. So this is the like positive faces lah. Okay, last time I always want to reverse it. I always want to select all of them. I right click, I reverse faces. This is doing it manually lah. Okay, why I want to reverse it? Because when I put it to Lumion that time, to the rendering software, the negative faces appears invisible last time. But I think Lumion 8 or Lumion 9 onwards, even reverse faces, it also can see already. So don't have the problem already lah. Already solved lah. So yes, so nowadays I will say not so necessary to switch the faces, because negative or positive also can be seen. Unless in certain cases you are doing 3D printing. Last time when I'm helping my company do 3D printings, the model that we have to check, make sure there's no negative faces, because the 3D printer will not read negative faces. It will not print it. So be careful when 3D printing. Then you have to make sure the part that is facing out need to be reverse face. There are also plugins to convert it lah, but it's not so frequently used, so I also seldom use them. There are plugins for it to reverse face. Okay, so I hope I have helped you on these questions. If yes, you can reply us at thank you, something like that, so that we know that we help you, or you can elaborate if we haven't solved your questions yet. So basically, an advice is don't keep the material as the default material. Yeah, what is default material? For example, I pick this color, this is default material. If you didn't apply any other material, it's default material. The problem of default material is sometimes, yeah, if you reverse faces, maybe in some plugins, in some rendering tools, maybe cannot see lah, but Lumion already okay lah. Okay, so try to apply material, even though it's white color, also apply. Even though it's almost white color, also apply. So you see, when I apply material, then the negative faces is not obvious already. It cannot be differentiated already. So this is not a kind of like big issue lah for the moment. All right, thank you for these questions. How to make V-Ray render in SketchUp become realistic? V-Ray is another software, another kind of topics lah. So personally, I will more recommend for Lumion, and then maybe if you want a quick render for Enscape, also plug in SketchUp. So you see my SketchUp, I have this Lumion plugin. I also have Enscape plugin. So these tools are rendering tools. For me, I'm not using V-Ray, so I can't comment it much. But with my experience in my bachelor degree studio and my master degree studio and my working company studio, I think very, very little people using V-Ray only. In Malaysia context, okay, most of us Lumion, or if they have full-time renderer, they use 3ds Max to V-Ray, like this. Okay, so yes, that's all I can help on question about V-Ray. Next, can SketchUp do complicated design? Yes. Is it complicated enough just now? Is this complicated enough? Okay. Is this shapes complicated enough? Is this landscapes, which I helped to model during my company working in Veritas that time? Yes. Okay, all these landscapes, the bridges, okay, all these forms, the answer should be yes. How to make Lumion rendering better? Since I heard people say Lumion quality is a bit low comparing to others like V-Ray. Okay, in general, many people say that, okay, but this is the scenario. There are pros and cons. Generally, Lumion quality is slightly lower, but it saves more time. And especially when doing animations, V-Ray is like taking days. Lumion is taking hours only. So this is the difference. V-Ray taking days, 3ds Max taking days to render video. Lumion taking hours only. For images, V-Ray taking hours, Lumion taking minutes only. Okay, so this is the main difference, basically, briefly lah. Okay. Are there special ways or settings to make SketchUp work smoothly without lagging or crashing? Okay, let's say about lagging or smoothen it first lah. Smooth lah. Okay, for smooth, a few quick tips. It was shared in our previous seminar, like last year or at the beginning of this year, about how to improve the performance improve the speed of SketchUp. Firstly, make your layers. Listen, everyone. Make your layers in SketchUp. For example, this is very a very huge, complicated project lah. Okay, this is a master thesis, residential high-rise. So currently, yes, it's a little bit laggy. So what we can do is, firstly, the reason is because of the trees. Trees is very makan speed, okay, very heavy. In this case, especially my trees is very, very high poly, very high definition one. So first recommendations, use the layers in SketchUp. Now it is called as text. Text. It's the same thing with layer lah. Okay, I think 2019 onwards they call it as text, but it's the same things with layers. So you can see I have a 3 layer. I put all the trees in another different layer. So when it is not so necessary, when I'm not exporting images, then actually I can hide it. Okay, so I hide the trees. So actually it now becomes smoother. Way smoother than before with the trees. Okay, firstly, hide the trees, those complicated geometry. Second, hide if you have drawings like AutoCAD line works a lot. AutoCAD line works, hide it also in another layer. Hide AutoCAD layers because those layers is very heavy also to SketchUp. Third, if your drawing has H1, when it's not necessary, when you're not making the lines changing, you can hide the lines because you can see when it has line, it's slightly lagger. But when it doesn't have line, if I hide these lines, when I want to see the design, view the design, navigate around it, moving things around, then I can hide the edges. So now it becomes way smoother. It becomes way smoother without the edges. So the edges, just for those beginners, edge is at here. You can hide these edges and the profiles. These 2 things I have hide it. If I on it, it's like this. Also 3 tips for you to improve your speeds. Tips number 4, you need to purge, clean up your things. Sometimes you have too many models, unnecessary one, maybe from a 3D SketchUp warehouse, okay, like this from 3D warehouse. Maybe there are some who you put it far away, so you actually can delete them or clean up. To clean up, here's some suggestion. Extension, there's a plugin called Cleanup. You can erase those unnecessary edges or hidden geometry. Okay, just for you to visualize, to clean things. Also at the layers here, there's a purge things. Purge at the text there. To purge those unnecessary layers, because sometimes you bring things from AutoCAD or Revit or many layers which is unnecessary. We can combine them or delete them. Reduce the layers. So this is and then fifth tips. This one many people knows. Don't open the shadow if it is black, and also the fog. FOG fog. Close it. Shadow and fog. Yes, 5 tips for you to improve your speeds. If I helps you, tell me at the chat box. Let me know. Wow, how much time we left? We left 6 minutes to 4:45. Okay. So see what else question we can solve. I would like to know how to draw a curved surface door. Okay, thanks Atisha. You're welcome. Curved surface door. Wow. Yeah, so firstly, curved surface door is not so practical okay. When you go to when you're getting more senior in the design stage, like not worth to make a curved surface door. Then we'll try to make the part with the door. Slanted is still okay. Slanted door is still fine in some museums, standard door. Curved door, not proper, not effective. Maybe not really works well also. Okay, but if you really want to make it, also can. Okay, try avoid it. Okay, we always near the opening, we try to make it flat a bit. Curves. Curve. As usually we will not make a curve like a slanted door like this. Okay, we will make a part which is the openings. Sometime I will prefer to do it like this. Okay, I give you an easy way first, easy solution. People usually create opening like this. Okay, like an extrusion. Otherwise, go for a sunken one. Okay, if you want to go for a sunken one, let's see. Look at another questions first. Easy way to do curve and organic. Yes, just now the plugins we share. Easy curve, easy toolbar, curvy loft in this seminar. In the courses there are much more. Maybe let me find some notes for you. I have a quick view. about curve. Here we go. Yes, this is some notes that I sketches on hand for you to understand the curves better. Yes, about organic shapes. Here we go. Okay, we'll explain through these extensions how do we utilize it in how to apply this. This is about organic form, about topography, about ramps, yes, and some mini tasks, about some demonstration of topography, making the site context quick and easy, fast. Yes, definitely yes. So how to trace a complexity 2D plan from AutoCAD to form a surface. Sometimes it will not form after you complete trace the. How to trace a complex 2D plan from AutoCAD. Let's understand the question. Okay, I know what Jeff means. Okay, always when the drawings we bring from AutoCAD, many lines is not connected, right? Right? If yes, you type at the chat box. Many lines is not connected, and so we cannot form the surface. We cannot push it with thickness. Yes, this is some common issues. Even in the company also happens among the staffs. To rewatch recording. Usually no. Usually seminar no. We want you to allocate the time. But if there is any updates, we will share with you. But for registered, like for the students who register the full course, yes, we will give the seminar recordings to you for revisions for registered students. For general of you in the group, usually we want you to meet it, learn it live. Okay. All right. So recommended software to integrate into medical and clinical setting. Wow. Yes, I actually saw there's students who industries about clinical and medical stuff. Justin. Depends. Tomography and reconstruction. I think depends on what types of. I'm not so understand tomography. I'm sorry. It's not. You may elaborate on that. Tomography. But what you need to create for medical and clinical setting usually? What model? What 3D model? And you can give some examples. Maybe yeah, you can text me, give some examples, or text at the chat box. The last lesson, Karilov, I noticed that there's a creative structure in your SketchUp. My question, may I know how to alter the structural pattern? Structural pattern, okay. Yeah, let's answer this one first, 2D plan. At here, I will give some quick tips, which I tried to solve it previously using this method. Not 100%, but might be save some of your time. Okay, I will try using here as an example. Okay, there's a plugins for you, recommended for you, which is called Edge Tools. Edge Tools. Edge Tools. So this Edge tool, the interesting thing is it can help you to find out which place is not connected well, which line works is not connected well. Okay, for example, I purposely make this part not connected. So when I go to these Edge Tools, I can say kind of like check, inspect. Okay, maybe we make the line closer a bit. Okay, it's not connected. So I say inspect. So it will tell you this part is not connected. So in some cases, if you're able to connect it automatically, when it meets the requirement, but here currently it doesn't connect. In some cases, you can automatically connect it. Close all edge gaps. Tolerance 10 mm. Let's try this. I try the second tools. Tolerance, give a lot. Yes, automatically connected. Using this one, bingo. Okay, this edge tool, if you find it, wow, this is interesting, this helps, you type ET at the chat box. ET stands for Edge Tools. It just connected the lines that have flaws just now, have problems just now. ET. So now, this line, okay, I just shared ET just now. I want to share another plugins also to reward those who stay until the end here. Okay, is Now you want to create a surface. I know many of us will need to draw lines like this to form the surface, right? If yes, you type yes at the chat box. You draw things to make it a surface, right? But for me nowadays, I almost doesn't use this method. I just pick all the surfaces. Let's say we have a lot. Okay, I just pick all the things here. And then I say, wow, done. Too fast, right? Yes, here we go. Control Z, I'm doing it again. I select all of them. Initially, we need to draw one by one to form the surface. Takes time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Takes 6 seconds. Now, I just take 1 second using this make face. Make face. MF stand for make face. If you find, wow, MX, I want to learn it, type MF at the chat box. Yes, thank you, Tan. So brilliant, so smart. Okay, I think that's all we want to share today. We end it with MF and H tools for your AutoCAD works, for your line drawings works. Of course, there are much more things to learn, much more things about the exporting styles. How about if we get the project from Revit, how to bring it to Lumion, export it to Lumion. How about the other plugins, many more plugins that I haven't mentioned. Actually, here I just show 3 rows. There are much more plugins that. Still remember, we have 50 plugins to learn in the for you to get it in the course. So there are much more things to learn to help you in the process. So okay, so I stopped sharing my screen. Those questions we haven't answered those questions about SketchUp we haven't answered. We're sorry for that. We'll try, see whether tomorrow we have some times. And you can continue to ask questions about Lumion, about rendering. So tomorrow, the session will be slightly shorter. Will be around 1 to 1.5 hours. Okay, so all right, thank you. For students, if you really love these sessions, you can also go to our Facebook page to leave a review there. Okay, you say you have joined the seminar and you really love it. If you find that, wow, there's things you want to discuss, things to explore more, you can text us because there's a queue there. So I will slowly reply your message. For sure, I will reply if I didn't forgot now. Okay, you can remind me if I forgot. Okay, for sure we'll reply. Take your time. Okay, take some time. Okay, thank you everyone who joined the session today. For tomorrow, you can still bring your friends, invite your friends to register with the link, and then join the WhatsApp webinar groups with your. Critically, we'll have webinars here about software, about architectural stuffs, about design stuffs. Okay, goodbye everyone. Wish you all have an enjoyable Saturday. Keep in touch in WhatsApp, in social media. See you. Bye. So, it's time to help yourself to become a creative and leading designer. If you are very interested in a friendly and effective learning experience, this is a good news for you. Pick up your phone and WhatsApp us now to join our upcoming intake before the registration deadline. See you in our training.